Welcome back everyone to our EDL Season 3 Week 4 video. We are taking on Cats and the Downtown Unfezants. We just had a massive win, an insanely close game last week against Cuban Guy, the Season 2 champion. Mian Xiao really came in clutch once Noivern took down Tapu Lele and was able to get the remaining 5 kills to win me the game. Looking at the kill leaders now, Noivern and Mian Xiao are both 3rd and 4th respectively with 6 kills each, Mian Xiao having 1 death, but Noivern is 6-0, which is really good. Mian Xiao is also doing really well. They've really been carrying our team so far this season. But now we're taking on Cats and the Downtown Unfezants. We haven't faced Cats before, ever. But he has been fantastic in the league in this so far. He also did really well in the tour, which was essentially like the trials for this season. Also, there's been some changes to the dock. As you can see, 1 to 8 is highlighted because those teams make playoffs. 9 to 10 are pretty much the same, but 13 to 16 all get regulated. So if you finish between 13th and 16th, you go down to silver. If you make the top 4 in playoffs, you go up to gold. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So we're trying to avoid that. That's a lot. It's a big regulation zone, and we're trying to stay out of it. And if we get this win, we will most likely still be staying out of it. If we lose, we might not be. I don't know. I think we will still be staying out of it though, because Natsu is 1 and 3 at the moment, and we are currently 2 and 1. So we'll probably still be out of it, but we don't want to get too close. We don't want to poke the bear. So let's have a look at the matchup. He has got a Tornadus Therian, which is also a Z user. Tornadus Therian got a big buff in the DLC because it gets Nasty Plot now, which raises its special attack, already 110, with its 121 base speed and its regenerator ability, so it can switch out and heal itself. This thing is an absolute nightmare to deal with. I was gonna draft it myself. I was thinking about it. If it could fall back to me, I was gonna get it, but unfortunately it didn't. Very unfortunately, because I would have loved to use it. But that thing is really threatening. It gets so much coverage, both on the physical and special side, so much support as well. It can do a lot of different things. He's got a Diamanitan, which he picked up from Free Agency just recently, which is a really powerful fire type wall breaker with 140 attack and 95 speed. Typically run Choice Scarf, also run Life. It can also run Life Orb and Choice Band. But I don't think he'll bring Choice Band against me, because I've got a number of things that can outspeed it and revenge kill it pretty easily. I think if it comes, it's probably going to be Scarf, but Life Orb wouldn't surprise me either. That way it's not locked into a move and can't really be walled as easily. He's got a Venusaur, which is a really bulky grass and poison type. Can do a lot of different things. It can put stuff to sleep. It can leech seed. Synthesis for recovery, dual stab, earth power. It gets weather ball as well, which is really cool. So he might run some sunny day weather ball sweeper set if he feels like it with growth. But it's fairly bulky all around. It can take hits pretty well. Doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, but it does have a few. So it's definitely something to watch out for. He's got a Cobalion, which I personally really don't like. It's his steel type, but it doesn't perform well as a steel type because of its fighting dual type makes it doesn't resist all the things that steel is supposed to resist. But regardless, it is still pretty bulky, particularly on the physical side, and it's pretty fast as well. I think it's his 3rd fastest Pokemon. Although it doesn't typically like to run speed, it doesn't have it's got pretty usable attacks and special attack stats. Its coverage isn't that great, but it can set up and it can really put in a lot of work. He's got a Sandaconda, which is his bulky ground type, something that you don't usually see, but then again, it's fairly new to the meta. 125 defense, which is really good. He's also got pretty average HP and special defense. He's got 71 speed, so he can outspeed a lot of the base 70 Pokemon like my Volcanion. if he runs bulky. Typically runs rocks though. It also gets the ability Sand Spit, which can set up what's the name? Sandstorm if he's hit by a physical move or something like that. But Shedskin is also Shedskin is probably what he's going to bring, considering he doesn't really have a sand team. He's got a Licky Licky, which is an exceptionally bulky normal type, and also his Wish Passer. This thing is exceptionally tanky. It gets so much coverage. It gets Wish, Body Press, Seismic Toss, Heal Bell, all the standard cleric shit, as well as so many other things. It's got a great HP stat and pretty good defenses as well. Usable attacks, usable attack stat, and usable special attack stat, so it can hit you pretty hard if it wants to. This thing is usually really hard to take down. Also, it gets some pretty good abilities, particularly Oblivious, which I think now makes it immune to Intimidate. It also gets Cloud 9, which removes the effects of weather, which I think is really weird on this team, because he has a Sandaconda which can set up Sandstorm, and he's got Venusaur, which is a Sun Abuser. So he's really running a very anti-weather team, which is really interesting. He's got a Mega Latios, which is exceptionally powerful. It's so powerful. Such a powerful Dragon Psychic type with 160 special attack and 110 speed. It's really bulky as well, with 100 defense, 120 special defense, 80 HP. It's got a usable attack stat too, especially with that Dragon Dance setup. This thing is probably going to come mixed with Earthquake for the Alolan Muck, but this thing is exceptionally terrifying. It hits like an absolute truck and outspeeds so many things. I'm very scared to face it. He's got a Comfey, which is his Fairy type, really specially bulky and pretty fast as well. Its niche is its Triage ability, which means that all of its recovery moves have priority, so that's Draining Kiss, Giga Drain, Synthesis, Leech Seed, stuff like that. All of them have priority, which is really interesting, and it really can be used to revenge kill some of my team, particularly the Noivern and the Mienshao, which have both been putting in a lot of work recently for me. So I could see this Comfey coming to kind of come in on those. He's got a Buzzwole, which is a really tanky bug and fighting type, particularly on the physical side, but it's also very weak on the special defense. It gets a lot of HP though, really high attack stat, and a usable Scarf, usable speed stat for Scarfers, which is another thing to note. Unfortunately though, for it's like 79 and not 80, so most base 80 Scarfers can outspeed it, such as my Togekiss. But this thing is still really problematic. If it gets up like a bulk up or something like that, it can really do some serious damage. He's got a Slowbro, which is a bulky water and psychic type, particularly on the physical side, but it can take special hits very well. Its Regenerator ability allows it to switch out and get health back. So we've got a little Regenerator core with Slowbro and Tornadus Therian, which is really notable. What makes this thing really good though is that it gets Teleport after Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So it can take a hit, teleport out for momentum, and regenerate the health back, which makes this thing a lot better. And last but not least, he has a Meloetta, which is a powerful psychic type that also gets Relic Song, which transforms it into a normal fighting type, with a ridiculous attack stat and a fantastic speed stat as well, which would outspeed my entire team. In fact, I can probably pull it up right now. Meloetta Pirouette form. As you can see, it's got a 120 attack stat and 128 attack and speed, which outspeeds my entire team. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing maybe like an Assault Vest Meloetta. That's typically what they run, or Choiced is what I've seen Meloetta run in the past, but I'm not sure if it'll do that. This team is exceptionally terrifying. I'm very scared to face it. Looking at his type matchup, he's pretty balanced with his types. He's got a lot of fighting resists, which makes it really bad for Mienshao. He doesn't have any flying resists though, which is really interesting. He also has a decent ice weakness, which is something to note. This team is very scary. I'm not looking forward to facing it at all. But we have a team, and hopefully we can come out on top. I think we can. So let's kick things off with Wash Go Brewer, our Rotom Wash, leftovers with T-Wave, Defog, Volt Switch, and Hydro Pump. This thing comes in on Darmanitan, Life Orb, and Scarf Darmanitan 100% of the time, and Thunder Wave shit back. It also can kind of come in on the Tornadus and the Buzzwole. Excuse me. Comes in on a number of things, Cobalion as well. It can just paralyze shit, keep its health up, get rid of hazards, and switch out. But we really need to preserve it. As you saw last week, Cinderace kind of tore through Rotom Wash pretty easily after a few switches. Darmanitan kind of does the same thing, so we really need to make sure this thing, we need to make sure we preserve it in the long run. We're bringing Lesbian Bug, our Scizor, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Roost, and Aerial Ace. This thing is also a Buzzwole switch in. It comes in and Aerial Aces it hard. It can't really touch his back. His only way to really touch Mega Scizor is Darmanitan and Fire coverage on Tornadus and Latios. Slowbro also gets Flamethrower coverage as well, which is definitely something to note, so we can U-turn out on that thing and just retain momentum and have something else take the Flamethrower. We can also Roost up for recovery, Bullet Punch for priority, pretty standard stuff. Taste the Rainbow, we're bringing Black Sludge, Alolan Muck with Poison Touch, Knock Off, Poison Jab, Fire Punch, and Haze. This thing really just stops any setup. If he's D-Dance Latios, we stop that setup. If he's Nasty Plot Tornadus, we stop that setup. Dual Stab does a lot of work here, but we got to watch out for Justified Cobalion, but we can Fire Punch that thing, so that's okay. If we try and predict the switch, we can Fire Punch it, and try and get some damage off there, or we can Haze the Justified boost away. Hopefully Poison Touch can put in work as well. He does have Clerics, like Heal Bell Pokemon, but they're not as reliable as a lot of other teams. We're bringing Patient Zero, Choice Specs, Noivern, Draco, Hurricane, U-Turn, and Water Pulse. A bit of tech there. Choice Specs, Noivern once again is coming. Again, like I said, he does not have a flying resist, so Hurricane is pretty spammable in this matchup. Frisk, as usual, to check what item they have. We can lead this thing. If he's leading with a Scarfer, we can U-turn out. If not, we can just go for damage or U-turn out anyway. Draco, Hurricane, both put in a lot of work. We initially had Water Pulse because he had a Rotom, Heat, so this thing was designed to hit it. But considering he's not running that, we can probably just switch it for something else. I'm not entirely sure what to switch it to, but Switcheroo could be an option, or maybe even something like Shadow Ball to chip down, or like Boom Burst. Actually, Boom Burst could be nice as well. Boom Burst, Dark Pulse, something like that, because he's got a lot of Psychic types. But we'll see. We'll see. It's really hard to. I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick. But maybe. I'm doing this during the video. I shouldn't be doing this during the video, but I am. I think we'll just go Boom Burst for now. Boom Burst is pretty general damage, very spammable, very reliable. Base 140, normal attack, has his normal resists, 1 Cobalion, which dies to a Hurricane, so I think we're fine there. We're bringing Queen Chinchilla, our Scarf Chinchino, Tail Slap, Rock Blast, U-Turn, and Thunder Wave. His switch into this is Cobalion. If we Thunder Wave it, it's fine. We don't have to worry about it anymore. We can come in on it with other things, and we can outspeed it very easily and kill it. Tail Slap, generally speaking, does a lot to his team. Tornadus, Darmanitan, Venusaur, Licky Licky, Latios, nothing really wants to take it. Buzzwole doesn't really want to take it. We had Rock Blast on it for the Rotom, but Rock Blast still does a number to a number of other things and is still pretty spammable against his team. Although we, again, might change it. Actually, yeah, we'll change it to Knock Off because we only really need Tail Slap. But we just got to watch out for the the Justified on Cobalion. And last but not least, we've got No Mew. It didn't really put in work last week, but hopefully it can put in work this week. Cosmic Power, Nasty Plot, substitute Stored Power. This thing destroys his team. It absolutely tears it apart. It's so good. If we can get up a couple Cosmic Powers and then get up a sub, we are going to be in fantastic shape. We can sub up on the Venusaur pretty easily, and then we can get up Cosmic Powers. We can sub up on the Licky Licky. Licky Licky is a very passive Pokemon, although it might have, what do you call it? Seismic Toss, sorry, so we might have to watch out for that. We could also set up on the Comfey. There's a number of things we can set up on with this set, but if we do get set up, we can just stored power the shit out of him, because he has no Dark type, which is something we're really going to punish him for. I was thinking of bringing Togekiss, and I might swap it for Scizor, because Darmanitan is really, really worrisome for the Scizor, although he does have 3 Psychic types, so it's really kind of up in the air. But I think Togekiss might be better long term, because it also gets that Wish, which can help support Rotom and Muck. So I might change that after this video to Togekiss instead of Scizor. But Scizor could still come and really put in work. But this is the team we're bringing for our week 4 battle for EDL Season 3. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in just a few moments for the battle. Welcome back everyone to our EDL Season 3 Week 4 battle against Cats and his team, the Downtown Unfezants. I'm about to jump right into it. I'm very nervous for this game. We've got our calcs up. We've got the matchup right here. We can see his team. We can see my team, what he could bring, what could have, like, what's got rocks, what's got removal, all the stuff. We're ready to go. Let's just jump right into it. Hopefully he accepts soon. I'll just let him know I sent the challenge. So I didn't make any changes to the team. We're keeping Mega Scizor. I mean, I got Boom Burst knockoff, but I did that all during the team builder because he did make a transaction, so I can just make those few minor adjustments. What I did change though is Haze and Fire Punch or whatever were incompatible, so I changed Haze to Clear Smog, which means that if Cobalion tries to set up on me, that could be problematic, but otherwise we should be able to get rid of hazards on sorry, not hazards. We should be able to get rid of setup on any other Pokemon, particularly the Mega Latios. That could be really problematic if we let him set up. But this is what we got. We're about to jump right into it once he accepts the challenge. I don't know when he's going to do that. We said we were going to battle now. So I guess we will wait and see what happens. Let's just quickly review our prep. We've got our T-Wave, our leftovers, Rotom Wash. We're jumping right into it. Okay, so he's brought the Latios, the Cobalion, the Darmanitan, the Sandaconda, the Mega Latios, and the Slowbro. Okay. So that Darmanitan is probably going to be Choice Scarfed. I think that Darm is going to be Choice Scarf. That would make the most sense to me. Sandaconda I don't know much about, to be completely honest. I might have to look that up. But I don't know much about Sandaconda. So I don't know if he gets fire coverage. If he doesn't, then Scizor comes in on it, particularly because that Buzzwole didn't show up, which is really good, which means that Scizor can be used to come in on other things. Slowbro is probably going to have Flamethrower. I would expect Slowbro to be carrying Flamethrower. How can we win with Mew? If we can set up. Oh yeah, we did change Substitute to Soft Boiled. That way we can recover up and set up easier. Excuse me. We can probably set up on the Slowbro. Although that Slowbro could have Toxic, so we got to scout for that. But what do we lead with? I think we lead with Patient Zero. That's probably the best lead. Overall, we can We can scout to see what item any potential lead has. He might lead with a Scarf. If he leads with Scarfed Armanitan, actually no, he's probably going to lead with Scarfed Armanitan, or he's going to lead with Tornadus. So our best lead is probably going to be Rotom Wash. I think it's probably safe to assume that Rotom Wash is a very safe lead here. He could lead Cobalion as well, or he could lead Sandaconda to try and get rocks up. Or Cobalion could have rocks as well. I don't know. But this is going to be interesting to see what happens here. I'm very nervous. I'm shaking a little bit. But again, well, not again, I never really said it in the first place, but I'm usually really nervous before a game. Okay, so we led with Sandaconda. I think we can just fire off a Volt Switch. Do we outspeed naturally? Yeah, we do. How much are we doing to a Sandaconda? Hydro Pump pretty much just straight up kills, so let's just go for a pump. Switches into Latios. That's okay. We get a crit, that's pretty big. But he's probably going to have recovery, so that's okay. We can get off a Thunder Wave right here now. We can get off a Thunder Wave. Really cripple this thing. Yeah, I did a mock with Burning. I got quite a number of crits, but that's okay. It's okay. Because I didn't use up all my luck. No, I didn't. So let's just Thunder Wave the Latios. We can really pressure it. So I think that's probably the safest play. If he starts to set up, we can just switch hard into Muck. Although we could have Earthquake. If he sets up Calm Mind, he probably doesn't have Earthquake. If he sets up a Dragon Dance, that could be really problematic. Okay, so he goes for the Mystical Fire. He probably expected to switch into Sizzle, but we fire off a Thunder Wave and we get the Paralysis, which is really, really good for us. Let's Volt Switch into Muck now. We're really chipping this thing down. So we can Volt Switch into the Muck. And we get the Paralyze. Okay, that's cool. We can fire off a big knockoff here, but he might switch into Cobalion. So it would probably be better to go for a Fire Punch. Oh, he stays in. Okay. He stays in. Let's just go for a knockoff then, because he knows we have Fire Punch, so we won't switch. Big damage. I think we'll go for a Fire Punch again now, because he might switch into Cobalion this time, expecting another knockoff. Nope, he just goes for another Roost. Okay, let's just knock off again. Okay, so he's carrying Mystical Fire. So he's probably a special Latios. Does Sizzle outspeed Latios when it's paralyzed? Paralyzed 175, we hit 209. Yeah, we outspeed, which is pretty good. Okay, so we knock off its... Okay, so it's Shed Skin Sandaconda. That's cool. We knock off its leftovers. So now we can probably go... It could have Glare. So it might be better to stay in... Actually, no, because he's going to fire off a... He's going to fire off an Earthquake. He could set up Rocks. Let's just go back into... Okay, so he goes into Latios. Let's go for another Volt Switch. And I think this time we go into Mew. We can probably start setting up. Yeah, oh no, we got the Para. Okay, that's okay. I think we can probably start setting up. Or we can go for a Soft Boiled and get the damage back. Okay. Oh, we just get paralyzed. Okay. So he goes into Cobalion. Cobalion's a problem. How much are we taking from Cobalion? Offensive, Cobalion. We're regular Sizzle right now. We take 2 leftovers. What about maybe Life Orb? We still take 2. That's max attack Jolly. When we're Mega. Okay, so we can take 2 overall, which is really good. So we might do that. We can also go back into Rotom, but I kind of want to save that for... What's he doing to Mew? He's not really doing much to Mew, so we can probably start to set up on this thing. X Scissor. Ooh, okay. Okay, so he is Life Orb. That's good to know. If we don't get paralyzed here, that'll be fantastic. So we can heal back up with Soft Boiled. Thank goodness. Alright, let's keep Cosmic Powering. We can just chip him down with Life Orb. Let's go for a soft boiled. Because we're paralyzed, we can't get toxic, which is really, really good. So let's keep... Jason J is a store player. I'm not. Let's just keep doing this. We only lose if we get crit. If we get hit with a crit. So let's keep going. We can just go for another soft boiled here. Make sure we keep healthy. That paralysis could be very problematic. Let's keep going. We can just keep setting up in this thing's face. Now let's go for a few nasty plots. No, okay, we get paralyzed. That's okay. We can get 2 more off. We can get 2 more off if we don't get paralyzed. No, we get paralyzed again. We can get 1 more off. Don't get paralyzed. There we go. We got a nasty plot. Okay. I think we're in a pretty prime position to go for a sweep here. If Slowbro comes out, we can set up more. If Latios comes out, we can set up more. If anything else comes out, we can just go for the stored power. And we might be able to get a new sweep. Dark type would be handy right now. Oh hell yeah. Cranky Kong. Alright. I don't think this thing is touching me too much. So let's just go for a stored power. Actually, let's go for a soft boiled. Hold on, how much are we taking? Oh, he just attacked. 22%. Soft boiled. Cool. Let's go for another... No, let's just... what do we do? What do we do? I think we can probably just go for another cosmic power. I don't want to get too greedy. Okay. We got the cosmic power. That thing is doing a lot less to us. We can go for a nasty plot. No, we just get paralyzed. That's okay. Let's go for a soft boil to make sure we stay healthy. And we do. That thing is... Oh, he's just taking recoil damage. Alright, let's go for another nasty plot. Okay, now we can go for a stored power, and we get the kill easily. Alright. So we kind of technically got the kill on Cabalion because we kind of just stalled it to death. Let's go for a soft boiled. Okay, he's setting up himself. Let's just go for a stored power. Stored power should still do a lot. Stored power should still do a lot. Come on, hit it. Hit it. Come on. Don't screw me over here. Whoa, that did a lot. Okay, let's go for another. He's going for the roosts. We get paralyzed. Let's go for another nasty plot. Let's go for a stored power. Mystical fire though, that's kind of heat. Oh, that did so much. Let's keep going. We don't get paralyzed. Okay, if we don't get paralyzed this turn, we kill the Latios and we probably win. He gets paralyzed. Yes! Parahack's working in our favor this time. Okay, I think we might have the game now. I think we might have just won the game with Mew. Still have a crit shot. Okay, come on, come on. If he forfeits, we get 3 more kills with Mew. If he stays in, we just keep going. The Parahacks could be our undoing, but I think at this point his team is broken enough that we can beat it with everything that we have left. Got a para on you. Oh, dude, that's unfortunate. He ran toxic for it and he gets a para. That's so unlucky. Alright, let's stored power. There's no reason not to. Ooh, Supersonic Sky Strike. That did nothing, and we get the kill with stored power. We are going off with Mew. Stored power should be... Oh, it just straight up kills. Okay, I thought it was like a 2-hit KO. And last but not least, the Sandaconda. He goes for the Earthquake. Even if it critted, it would not kill at all, and we get the kill with Mew. 6 kills for Mew. GG. GG to Cats. That did not go the way I thought it was going to go, but I'm really glad that it went that way. We got the 6-0 sweep with stored power nasty plot Mew. I had to run Nasty Plot in order to get the kills on Slowbro and Latios. He's got 3 psychics, so I kind of had to run that, otherwise it would have kept going like stall. I would have lost the 1v1. So I was kind of forced into a position where I had to bring Nasty Plot, which meant that I either didn't run sub and not get toxic, or I didn't run soft boiled and not keep myself healthy. I'm glad that I decided to switch substitute for soft boiled, because if I didn't do that, then I probably wouldn't have won with Mew. But GG to Cats, he played very well this season. That was just very unfortunate that he got the paralysis on me. If he didn't get the paralysis on me, then it would have been a very different game. Because as he said, he was running toxic against me, which I'll probably see post game. But GG to him. That's 2 wins in a row now for us, and that's a really, really big 6-0. We need that. So now that really boosts our differential. We can probably see where that puts us now on the standings. So let's just take a look real quick. So we're currently 2-1 plus 2. That gets us to 3-1 plus 8, which puts us all the way up to 2nd place, which is really, really fantastic. That's, of course, not including all the other games that are yet to be played, but that's still really good. So GG to Cats. Very well played, and I will see you guys in the next video.